morning, this is Jyotirmay, Department of Biology. Now, in this class, we are going to know how a fetus develop inside of the mother body. And fertilization we have discussed in the last class. So, continuation of the fertilization. Now, we look at about how an embryo develops and a fetus forms. Okay. So, now look. Generally, in a previous class I told you, the male and female reproductive cells both combine and form a zygote, which is a single cell. But here, male and female sperm and ovum are haploid cells, right? Haploids means how many chromosomes are here? 23 chromosomes are present. But after fusion of the male and female gametes, they become single cell, means form zygote, but they have 46 chromosomes, nothing but the cell becomes diploid. Is it clear? The cell becomes diploid, and this diploid cell slowly passes from fallopian tube to reaches to the uterus. But between this time, the embryo means the cell, single cell, the zygote, the single cell multiplies into many number of cells. Into many number of cells. So I am going to rub it, then I can able to clearly explain. So, zygote, right? This zygote is single cell, like this. This single cell slowly starts multiplying into many cells, and these many cells later become like a tissues, and these tissues formed part is also called an embryo, which implants with the mother womb, means this embryo produces some finger-like projections to hold the mother inside. Got it? To hold the womb inside. So they implant, they embed like this. Not attach, they embed. Can easily remove. But once attached, we can't separate it. But the embryo implants. After number of cells multiplied and tissues formed, it is then onwards it's called an embryo, which embeds with the mother's womb, and this embedded embryo slowly start developing as a underneath in that slowly the legs, hands, head, body and internal organs slowly starts developing. So by the 3rd month inside the heart starts working, and by the 5th month the complete organs and organ system develop. So in a body, all organs and all parts are developed. Then onwards, it's called zygote to embryo, right? Embryo onwards, when tissues become as the organs to organ systems are developed. Most of the organ systems are developed. Then onwards, the inside of the mother, this developed baby is called fetus. Got it? And this fetus, generally later, the complete developmentation takes place. For that complete developmentation, it takes nearly 270 to 280 days. That period of time is called pregnancy period. gestation period. Once the female is conceived, means the ovum captured by means the ovum captures sperm and enter the fusion of male and female took place, zygote form. Then female is considered as a conceived, mean nothing but pregnant. But the pregnancy period is between how many days? The pregnancy period 270 days, 270 to 280 days. And this pregnancy period is also called gestation period. Why it is known gestation? You know, a guest is entered inside, right? So that it's called gestation period. So the pregnancy period, in the gestation period, slowly the zygote develop as embryo to fetus, means slowly the tissue develop. After within 1 month, complete tissue developmentation takes place. Later, within 3 months, slowly the legs, hands, everything, the organ developmentation takes place. Within 5 months, the complete organ development, hands, fingers, hair, nails, everything, they get it. And heart beating, even they start thinking also. You know, from the 5th month, the complete nervous system developmentation takes place. One truth you should remember always. In our body, complete developmentation takes place. Complete developmentation takes place. So inside of the mother womb, all organ system develop. But after delivery also, the size or maybe their number increases, except nervous system. The nervous system complete developmentation takes place when a baby inside of the mother, mean when the stage of fetus, the complete developmentation of the nervous system takes place. So from the 5th month, not baby, 5th month of the fetus can start thinking. So when mother is feeling sad or happy or whatever they are doing, some ladies are cunning. So the cunning nature, sometimes some people are very happy, then their happiness, some people are very sad, that sadness, every emotion affect on the baby. Got it? On fetus. And the fetus starts feeling that emotions and they also start getting irritation. Sometimes by the 5th month onwards, the baby be very active and starts moving. So the time you continuation touches the fetus, then fetus gets irritation. So then it starts kicking out. Got it? So some kind of expressions are shown by the fetus from the 5th month because of the complete developmentation of their nervous system. So nervous system completely develops, then onward they start thinking. That's what, when a lady is pregnant, the conceiver decided, confirmed that they are pregnant, then must and should start thinking happy and peace with her, should be peace of mind and nothing bad thinking or cunning nature, nothing should be. Because if you are thinking bad, that impact will be on baby. Or if mentally mother is not strong, that impact is on fetus, compulsory. So mother always should be physically, mentally strong when they conceive. Got it? So by this way, the complete developmentation of the fetus takes place. What it is also called? Pregnancy period, and it is also known gestation period. After this completion of the gestation period and pregnancy period, after 270 to 280 days, the baby delivery takes place from here. So the embryo become into small and legs like this, and later slowly the complete big size body develops like this, hands, eyes, nose, hair, so like this. But around and changes its shape like this. But when they reach to the 9th month, due to the increasing of the size of the fetus, it can't move properly, so that 5 hours once or 5 days once it changes its position. So most the changing of the position of the fetus takes place like this. The head downwards towards the ribs and body upwards. If the fetus is in reversible manner, then only the free delivery takes place. So we can easily pull the baby out. If not, what happens, if baby is reversal, then it becomes difficult to take the baby out, so that they go for the dissection. Okay. And they go for the dissection and they remove the baby out. Got it. Then this is about one baby. Madam, then what about the twins? I know you might be got that doubt. So I'll try to simply explain. So generally I forgot here to tell you. Around of the baby, a fluid generally the 3 layers develop around of the baby. Meaning after the zygote, the embryo, after developmentation of the embryo, number of layers develop, right? So I'll tell you about the layers. And before going to tell you about the layers, first I'll tell you how twins born. Later that I will tell you. Okay. So here a fluid is present around of the baby. Is called fetus is called amniotic fluid. So about the fluid and everything I will explain. But before we start and looking about it. So generally how twins takes birth. So in female most of the times from 2 ovaries, only 1 ovary can produce ovum. But sometimes what happens, luckily in a same month, when 2 ovum produces from 2 ovaries, then there is a possibility chance of twins. This is one reason. And the second reason, single ovum, but due to the entry of 2 sperms into it, there is a possibility of developing two babies, 2 fetus inside. And the third reason, sometimes single sperm, single ovum, but due to the wrong information, the ovum divides into 2 fetus, which having the same sexual characters, same features, same everything. Is it clear? So how it happens? Now I will tell you. Just look at it. So the first pattern, ovum, 2, released from ovaries. Then these 2 ovum fuse with 2 sperms. Then 2 zygotes develop in the uterus. Then there is a possibility 2 zygotes develop, so that there is a possibility. There are 2 twins takes birth. But here there is a chance of, because here 2 ovums are different, 2 sperms are different. Got it? And in ovum, what we find? Chromosomes. There are how many chromosomes each? 23. 23. Correct? 23 and 23 chromosomes are present. In a female, 22 chromosomes are, which carries the information of whole body. But only one chromosome generally carries the characteristic of sexual characters. So here generally how many cells I told you? 46, right? In these 24 are normal cells and 2 are sexual cells. Where is a diploid. But now sexual cells. both are fusing. This is think about of male. Okay, young. Male has only one chromosome. Mean there is a possibility to get X, maybe Y. Am I right? There is a possibility to get X or Y because the sexual chromosomes these are. The sexual chromosomes in male are X and Y. The female sexual chromosomes are XX. But when it is this calculation, we do the calculation the time of diploid cell. But when come to the fusion of male and female, here their sexual cells are haploid. Mean they in the female in the male sexual cell maybe X present, maybe Y present. Any one should present because already 22 are carrying common characters. Only one should carry male or X or Y character. Mean X or Y chromosome here. Then in a female when you take, it also has 22 common characters and only one sexual character in female. Then what chromosome should get one chromosome? May X in that anyone may come. Got it. Then when this male and female both are fused, only X came from the male because there are only one. There is a possibility of one chromosome here. So from male only X chromosome reached here. The time of fusion. And from the female, however you look at, there is a possibility to get whether this side or that side, any side, only X we get X. If both XX, what this character is indicating, I already told you. When male and female when both fused, these 23 cells are combining with these 23, totally 46 developed. In that 24 are extremely sorry. From that 44 are common cells. Remaining 2 are sexual cells. From these 2 sexual cells, only one sexual cell will get from father, one sexual cell from mother. When these 2 combine, the next generation develop. Got it? Whether they are male or female. So from the male, if X, from the female, if X comes, what is the child here? Girl child, right? Then not like that. From male, the cell sperm which contains Y chromosome, for example. Then from the female, there is no other option, X only will come. If X comes, then what is our next baby here? Male boy child. So now tell me, if a boy child should born, from whom the chromosome should come? From the male. From the male, if Y chromosome comes, then only a boy child takes birth. But nowadays what's happening here? Always the mother-in-law or the father-in-law or the husband, whoever it is may be, they are blaming the ladies that because of this lady only I got a girl child. But because of the lady, always the X chromosome comes. There is no chance. From the male, the X or Y, then it comes, then the decision of the male or boy child or girl child is decided. So who is responsible for boy child? Men. If not, automatically the girl child grows. Am I right? Girl child takes birth. So here is a concept should understand. People have the minds that if for a lady there is a girl child born, they marry another lady for the boy child. But this is very worst part, that the fault is not with the lady, the fault with the gen. When our society will understand about it, I don't know. But we should look at. So next, I'll come to the next point. So XY, XX, these chromosomes decide the boy or girl child. Why I explained this now, right now? So I'll tell you, I'll give the clarity now. So generally, here here, not be same. Sometimes may be same, may be different. Here we can't expect that both of the children should be same in appearance, face, mentality, everything. That may be possible, may not be here, because here two sperms are participating. That's the reason the two next upcoming born children also may be different, with the different characters and different mentalities. Then what is the second type? Just look at here. Instead of the X, the another sperm carried Y. Then the child next may be one is girl, another one is boy. Got it? And the second type. The second type is ovum one. But sometimes miracle happens. Two sperms enter. Means single ovum. Two sperms enter. Then a zygote develops with the multi-characters. Then when it is dividing, it divides into two zygotes. And these two zygotes become as the next generation babies. Here, there is a possibility of similarity and sometimes may be different. We cannot see. Here, maybe girl child may born, boy child may born. One girl, one boy. If not two girls, if not two boys. There is a possibility. Even above case also. In these two cases, we can't see the next upcoming babies or next coming babies are boy, girl, if not girl, boy, if not girl, girl, if not boy, boy. We can't say two boys or two girls or a boy or girl. So, in these two cases, there is a possibility anything can be happens. Then the third case, ovum single, sperm also single. But due to the wrong information, one zygote starts dividing into two slowly, like this. In this case, there is a possibility of attachment. See, brothers only. Two are identical, and they are in near the heart area they are attached. So, and also in their body one heart is developed. So, like in this case it happens because the two babies are developing from single zygote. When complete division takes place, if completely the zygote is divided and separated into two, then two healthy babies can make birth. Here, there is no chance of a girl and boy. Here, maybe both of them are girls, maybe both of them are boys. Because the both divided from single ovum sperm. So that's the reason. And these two always be similar, identical. Their mentality and their physical characters, everything be same. Why? Because one sperm and one ovum mixed and formed a same character but divided into two due to the wrong information. And those two are identical always. So by this way, the identical twins take birth and different twins take birth in mother. So then, how a baby develops from zygote, how many layers form? That I will tell you, I will tell you now. So this is about, generally, if a zygote, this zygote develops into 4 layers, first of all. The first layer, which are you finding here, which is connected to the mother. So it is connected to the mother means in a uterus, when embryo is amended with the mother, then here near the ear region, mean any one region, there with the blood vessels, this placenta is connected. From the placenta, a small tube is developed called umbilical cord. It is also known bodutadu. Generally, they cut it from here after the birth. So that is called umbilical cord, which is connected from mother to fetus. And this umbilical through the umbilical cord from placenta, fetus gets oxygen, food, water, everything what is required. And this umbilical cord is highly purified. The uterus walls are elastic so that they also expand. So that the cells, the skin cells also expand. So by this way, inside the sufficient space, the fetus can grow up. Understood? And next, inside of this amniotic fluid, the fetus is present in this way. So this is cervix portion. Then the fetus angle will be like this. So always in a folding manner. Hands folds, legs also folds, and its position is always sleeping. Sometimes they awake, they also be in active condition. That time we should not disturb them, let them to play inside, and they grow and they develop completely by the 9th month. So this is about the layers of fetus. Now, forget about the twins or the single baby, but in some ladies, they are unable to give birth for the babies. Why? What's the reason? Due to the blockage of fallopian tube. Mean in their body, due to the lack of folic acid in their body. Folic acid, in curd, milk, leafy vegetables, fruit juices. In that we generally find folic acid. When that folic acid is less in the body, the people, those who are not taking milk products, they most struggle with their problem, and those who are undergoes to the pressure, much mental pressure, physical pressure not a big issue. When they go for a mental pressure in their body due to the hormonal imbalance, hormones means which regulates our body. Due to the hormonal imbalance in their fallopian tube, water bubbles form. This condition of formation of water bubbles leads a disease called PCOD, polycystic ovarian syndrome. What it is called? Polycystic ovarian syndrome. So look at children, PCOS, generally they say PCODs also. This generally full form is called polycystic ovary syndrome. Due to this reason, in a fallopian tube, the developmentation of bubbles takes place, water bubbles. It's called needy budgal. And in some people it means small size, not a big issue. But when the size is much and more number is developed there, then they should overcome with intake of folic acid. If not, even though if the fallopian tube is completely blocked, even the both sides, they wait for the second side. If it is clear, they wait for the second side until the ovum is produced. But even second side also filled with the bubbles, then they go for a fertilization called in vitro fertilization, IVF. What is called? If people, those who have polycystic ovarian syndrome disease, they most mean if this disease is there, then sperm can't reach until here. Until when sperm reaching here, the bubbles are in middle center. So the ovum will not reach on time. Then there is no fusion takes place and no fetus, no zygote form. So to overcome this problem in those kind of people, they go for a fertilization method called IVF. What is that method called? IVF. Meaning in vitro fertilization. So recently, before the corona, I think so, we heard a 72 or 62 years old lady gave birth. So they used this in vitro fertilization technique. What is in vitro fertilization technique? The ladies in whose body the fertilization not taking place, from their body they do a small dissection, means they cut a small portion and they insert a loop, and that loop they insert into up to the ovary, and they capture the ovum from that. And that captured ovum, they collected ovum, they stored it in a test tube which has a broth, nutritional broth. Into that they take ovum, and at the same moment from the husband, means from wife is unable to give birth, then they take ovum from ovary by this method. They dissect and they remove it by the loop, and the removed ovum they insert into the test tube, and later the same moment they collect the sperms from men, from husband, and that sperms also they add into this tube. So here the fusion of sperm and ovum takes place in a test tube. In the test tube, the fusion of male and female takes place and zygote forms. If here zygote is developed in this technique, in the test tube technique, then we get test tube baby. So most of the people they think in vitro fertilization is also will help to form test tube baby. So most of the people think that test tube baby means the baby which develops in a test tube. No way. The baby develops, the fetus develops inside of the mother womb, but the fertilization of the ovum and the sperm takes place in the test tube. Got it? Because generally the fertilization of the ovum and sperm should take place in fallopian tube. But in some ladies, this fallopian tube gets blocked. Due to the blockage of the fallopian tube with the bubbles, there is no chance of the fusion of male and female gamete, and there won't be a zygote form, and until their lifetime they won't get babies. To overcome that problem, so every lady's dream to be a wife, to be a good daughter, to be a good wife, later a good mother. Am I right? So everyone feels they want to become a mother. So if their fallopian tubes are blocked, they are not going to become a mother. So then they choose this kind of technique called in vitro fertilization. Then from their body, by the dissection, a small surgery, they remove this ovum from their body, and that ovum they insert in a proper temperature condition. They fuse with the sperms of the husband. Then the next form zygote become their baby. These zygote again, after formation of the zygote, again they take it and they insert into the uterus of the mother. So, by this way, after formation of the embryo, they insert into the mother womb, and this embryo gets implanted by the mother uterus. Once if the embryo is implanted with the mother uterus, then automatically there will be a natural delivery. If this phenomenon is failed, then again they go for the one more in vitro fertilization. Actually it's like a practical. So generally in lucky people it may happen success, it may get success within single attempt, but in some people it may not take place with a single attempt, it takes multiple attempts. So it's so expensive technique, but in future they get a baby. For that reason, they go for this in vitro fertilization. Is it clear, students? So this is about fertilization in humans, how a baby develops. Then in the next class, we look at about what is oviparous animal and what are the viviparous animals and oviparous animals, as well as we also look at about the external fertilization in frog and about metamorphosis also, and I will try to explain cloning. Got it, students? I hope today you enjoyed and understood my class well. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye, students.